So, have the people who run Skittles not heard of this whole Bud Light thing? Losing billions over ESG virtue signaling just a little too hard? Apparently not. Here's a headline: Social media erupts after Skittles Black Trans Lives Matter packaging goes viral. I wonder why. Well, let's get a look at this madness. So, Skittles are candy. It's mostly children that are going to eat it. The art on this is obviously for children. And if we zoom in a bit, we can see on this skateboard ramp that it says Black Trans Lives Matter. And I guess we can assume that these two people here are black trans people. And let's see, this one has a big boots on and green hair and fishnet stockings, apparently. Because I guess that's what everybody wants their kids aspiring towards. And obviously in 2023, kids wanting to be firemen or astronauts, that's out. Because I guess Black Trans Lives Matter activists are the hero that we've all been waiting for. And of course, this is the natural progression. Because, sure, you've got Black Lives Matter, and you've got Trans Lives Matter, and those are okay, they're fine. But do they really give you the thrill that they used to? But then, ooh, what's this? Ooh, Black Trans Lives Matter. And may I just be the first to say that those are the only lives that matter. Now, everybody else, I'm sorry, you're just not current thing enough. But you know what? There's more to this as well. Joy is resistance. Joy is resistance. Really? Because I thought joy for kids was like playing in the park or skateboarding or playing baseball or something. But apparently not. Apparently now, joy is resistance. Resisting what, I wonder? I wonder. But of course, I'm not surprised to see this. If you want to know why your kid's school is now an indoctrination center, well, let me fill you in. It's all to do with critical pedagogy. And what is that? Critical pedagogy is a philosophy of education and social movement that developed and applied concepts from critical theory and related traditions of the field of education and the study of culture. It insists that issues of social justice and democracy are not distinct from acts of teaching and learning. And before you know it, the kindergarten teacher's telling your 5-year-old that they're born in the wrong body. So critical theory, social justice. Yeah, it's not an accident that joy is resistance somehow got onto the Skittles package. Because when these insane critical studies have been around and poisoned enough minds, they eventually will infiltrate everything. So if you're bored of boycotting Bud Light and Target, here's one you might want to consider. This past June was the 4th year Skittles partnered with GLAAD to support the LGBTQ plus community by amplifying and celebrating their stories. And what does GLAAD stand for? It stands for the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation. And here's our website. But they don't actually tell you what the acronym actually means anywhere on this website that I can find. And why? Because it's Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation. There's no T's or Q's in there. And I guess this has become an embarrassment to them. And I guess there's a bit of mission creep happening here, where an organization that was for gays and lesbians seems to be obsessed not so much with gays and lesbians anymore. It says here they're leading the conversation, shaping the media narrative, and changing the culture. That's GLAAD at work. And I guess part of changing the culture is getting Skittles to put trannies on the candy packaging. And let's take a second just to ponder for a moment the fact that this is actually real. But anyway, Skittles said it will donate $1 for every Skittles Pride Pack sold to GLAAD in support of their ongoing efforts to work through media to combat anti-LGBTQ plus discrimination. And again, they seem a little bit more focused on the T and the Q and the plus these days. And as we know, if you're an LG or a B these days and you don't include the T and the Q, well, your acronym might as well be NAZI, at least according to lunatics. Now, I do want to say, I actually feel bad for the LGBTs that just want to live their lives and they don't want to push propaganda on everybody, and they're not interested in that. The people that aren't trying to push gender ideology on like kindergartners, for instance, I feel bad for them. As for the Qs, I don't even know what the Q is. I don't think the Qs even know what the Q is. I mean, I think that some of them at least are the frog genders, but do even they believe that's real? But anyway, now of course the internet got a hold of this and they were not kind. Skittles is trying to turn your kids into BLM and LGBTQ plus activists. Popular account Libs of TikTok wrote on X. Their packaging also features a drag queen. Skittles have gone completely woke. But as for this, trying to turn your kids into BLM and LGBTQ plus activists, yeah, that's obviously what they're doing. Yes, and far-left activists are presently, right now, in the process of taking over the educational systems of every English-speaking country. And I don't know how it could be more plain. Yeah, this is happening in the schools. It's happening in the culture, in movies, in TV shows, even on candy packaging. Anyway, I guess to conclude this, you don't really need those Skittles. Your kids certainly don't need to get a bag of sugar and chemicals. I mean, how much did it really hurt you to just leave that Bud Light on the shelf? Not at all. So, I don't know, I guess we could just go ahead and destroy the Skittles brand, and all we'd have to do is just simply not poison ourselves with their product. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Please subscribe, like, and share. Sharing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.